Hi, folks. This is Dr. Mike, and I'm here at Medical Fitness Pros, the headquarters of the Medical Exercise Training Institute, and we've just recently reopened as a result of the COVID pandemic. Now, I hope this video finds all of you safe and healthy and doing well. And if you're a medical exercise professional, I hope this also finds you gradually starting to reopen your practice. Now, COVID certainly has changed the world, but it gave us a chance to hit pause or reset. It gave us all a chance to look at our businesses or our practices and start to look at them closely and say, you know what, these things we do really well, we want to keep doing these, but also there's some things we need to make a little bit better. We need to shore them up. So as a result of that, we're offering our Medical Exercise Specialist Study Group beginning on June 30th. That's right, we're starting another study group. And the Medical Exercise Specialist Study Group is a supplement for our Medical Exercise Specialist Training Series. The 50 online lessons that we have that will lead you to the Medical Exercise Specialist certification. Now, this study group is a series of 12 live webinars. We use the Zoom platform. I'll be your instructor, and the webinars are designed to take you through the MEST lessons, and they're specifically designed to summarize those lessons, clarify the information in those lessons, and as well help you apply that information so now you can go out and start working with clients, produce better outcomes with your clients more effectively and faster, and most importantly, start developing referral relationships with medical professionals in your community. So the next Medical Exercise Specialist Study Group begins on June 30th. Now, it meets every other Tuesday evening. As I said before, there are 12 live webinars. I'm your instructor. And as I said before, we go through those lessons so we can make sure you clearly understand the information in those lessons. And most importantly, you can go out and actually start using it to build your practice. Now, if you can't make one of the study group sessions, guess what? They're all recorded. And the MES study group actually gives you the best of both worlds. It's like going to a live on-site webinar, but you don't have to get up and travel and go anyplace. You don't have to miss any of your clients. You can just simply tune in or log in from the comfort of your home, your gym. As long as you've got a cell phone, an iPad, or a laptop, you're in and you can participate. You can ask live questions. You can ask about the various case studies we have. We have case studies that go along with the program. And this allows you to get the full understanding of how to manage medical conditions with exercise. Now, we started the Medical Exercise Specialist back in 1994. It was actually an extension of my physical therapy clinics. And we started to see then that insurance carriers were cutting back on the reimbursement for physical therapy services. And we knew for sure over time that was just going to get greater. And you can see now in 2020, it's certainly continued to grow. With that, we're also going to see the need for medical exercise training will grow over the next 2 decades because of the baby boomers. They're now seeking medical services for their chronic medical conditions, but at some point, those services will be cut off because of insurance reimbursement issues. And now they'll have to seek someone to help them with exercise that's both safe and effective to help manage their condition. The other thing we're going to see over the course of the next 20 years will be changes in Medicare. We've already seen some of those changes, but these changes will grow. And as a result of that, you're going to see more and more clients being discharged from physical therapy, occupational therapy, and other medical services a little bit faster. Now, the MES was never designed to take the place of the physical therapist, the occupational therapist, the chiropractor, or other professional medical services, but it is there to augment those services. So folks, please, if you're interested, go over to messtudygroup.com, get registered for our MES study group, and remember your study group registration also includes access to the 50 MEST online lessons. And folks, I'll tell you, as I said before, the need for medical exercise training will grow over the next 2 decades, and we also found something new. As a result of the COVID pandemic, we're seeing a lot of individuals that were hospitalized, and these hospitalizations were pretty intense. Now these folks are going home. And what we're finding out as they're going home, they have significant residual deficits from the COVID virus. They have significant issues with respiratory capacity, cardiovascular capacity, endurance, and strength. And after physical therapy, they will also need exercise programs that are progressive to get them back to where they were. So again, please go over to messtudygroup.com, get registered. We start on June 30th. Our program meets every other Tuesday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. It's a live webinar, and this will allow you to get through all the sessions by December of 2020 so you can take the Medical Exercise Specialist exam sometime at the beginning of 2021. Now, we've talked about the COVID pandemic. We've talked about the MES study group. But we also are now faced with something new, the protests that we're seeing around the world regarding social injustice. Now, folks, These protests aren't necessarily about the flag, and they certainly are about police brutality, but they go far greater than that. They're about just social injustice across the board to everyone. And the one thing I realize is that when one person is unjustly treated, that affects all of us across the world. So this isn't about a specific group. This is about just seeing if we can improve the standard of justice across our world. It is the right of every American citizen to protest, but protest peacefully, without rioting and without violence. And remember, the idea of the protest started with the Revolutionary War, right before the beginning of the war with the Boston Tea Party. So this is the right of every American. But along with that, we also have to make sure that we don't participate in violence, we don't participate in rioting, and we're not doing this so one group can get ahead of the other or gain something and the other group doesn't have. It's just simply to say that we need to have justice across the board. And again, not just here in the United States, but around the world. When I was a little boy, the minister at our church quoted Dr. King once. And I went back and I looked up this quote. The quote originally was by a gentleman by the name of Theodore Parker. He was an abolitionist. And what he wrote was, "The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice." These protests will go on for a long time. This is going to change the conscience of our nation, but also change the conscience around the world. So we all will start looking for injustices, not just to one particular group, but to everyone. And again, it makes us all stronger. So I ask you to remember that quote. The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. That means it's going to take a long time to get there. I may not see it. Dr. King certainly didn't see it, but eventually we will. But it's all about all of us sticking together. It's not about one group. It's about all of us getting justice. And I think if we all get justice across the board around the world, we'll have a far greater society. So with that, folks, I'll let you go. And please be good to each other. Love each other. Be fair to each other. We've got a long way to go. And we all are going to get there together if we stick together. So hopefully we'll see you in our MES study group. All the best to you in building your medical exercise training practice. And most importantly, again, folks, be good to each other. All the best. Thank you for watching.